Look, even as content creators, we probably still watch a lot of YouTube. I know I do. And the general consensus that you oftentimes hear is you should consume less than what you create. And while I agree with that on a macro level, it's still pretty hard. I mean, YouTube's an entertaining place and there's a lot of different videos and creators out there that are entertaining, that are educational, and that are interesting to watch. So I figured I'd make a video on the top 10 creators that I watch and share with everyone here. I wanna break this up into 4 different categories. The first category is how-to videos. This is looking at creators who make videos all around content creation from a meta standpoint. How to build a channel, how to find a niche, how to build an audience, those types of creators. The second 2 categories revolve around creativity. Now there's, for me, a creativity breakdown of, on one side you have creativity from a practical standpoint, like what gear to use, lighting, different shots and angles, and how to use cameras from a basic standpoint. And then there's creative that is inspirational, things that you want to aspire to, things that, I want to replicate and put my own spin on it. And then the last category that we have is gonna be new people that I've just randomly found over the last couple months. And these are folks that either have just started YouTube or they still have lower subscribers within, 5K, 10K, things like that. So a lot of it's talking head. I do a lot of talking head videos. This gives me an idea of what other people are doing so I could replicate that and again, put my own spin on it. So let's go ahead and jump right in.
So the first creator is obviously gonna be Roberto Blake. Now, I've been following Roberto Blake for a long time, and if you haven't or don't know about him, he does a lot of videos that talk about how to do YouTube correctly. And he has a lot of different videos breaking down the ins and outs of making a channel, building your audience, finding your niche. And what I like about him too is not just his videos. I mean, he has a ton of videos, but also the fact that he has a lot of live streams, and his live streams cover a ton of different information, whether it's if you're trying to become a full-time content creator, how to become person with brand deals and user-generated content, how to do all kinds of stuff like that. So if you're looking to improve on how to make your videos and how to just become a better person on camera, or how to build this big community, Roberto is definitely the person that you should be looking at. The other person that I really like is Katie Steckley. Now, Katie's been doing this for a little while as well, and she also has a lot of videos centered around how to make YouTube videos, but she goes into the process, I think, a little bit more in depth when it comes to actual implementation. So she has a lot of videos about how to film yourself. She recently has a video about how to edit faster, or things like what you need in terms of equipment, in terms of lighting, how to set up your shot. I feel like she's just a very approachable person, and her videos are just very straight to the point, and I really enjoy watching her, especially as someone who just got started. She has a lot of videos on just, how to make videos with your iPhone and how to set things up, and just very basic things that you would think that you understand, but when you actually get into the process of doing it, it's very difficult. So she has really good stuff on her channel. I highly recommend checking her out as well. And the last person in this how-to category is Mr. Alex Tech. Now, before starting YouTube, I never worked with any type of video editing software. I've never done any type of technical things when it comes to audio. And this person, Mr. Alex Tech, is just a godsend when it comes to actually figuring out how to work with, DaVinci Resolve, how to use different transitions. He has a number of different things going over, like different features when DaVinci, that's the video editor that I use, comes out with a new version. Effects, just very, very good educational content as it relates to the more technical side of making YouTube videos. I mean, he even has a number of videos when it comes to how to disseminate the video when you're done with it. What are the export settings supposed to look like? How to use smart bins to speed up your editing process. all that kind of stuff. I mean, this is, if you just go through these, the transitions, the saving tips videos, those are all extremely important. I use his shortcuts. I use his tips and tricks, just a wealth of knowledge if you're just getting started. So these three creators round out the actual how-to section. So this next group is focused on the creative side, but more on the practical creative side. And it's kind of a weird topic. The way that I think about it is there are folks that do how-to videos, but the way that they film their videos and the way that they present their material is very creative and very artistic. And they have a very unique video editing style that I think could be mimicked or just used as inspiration. And so one of those people is Jake Felzen. I'm not exactly sure, but if you watch a lot of his videos, he does do how-tos. He does, you know, what's better if you're trying to choose between DaVinci Resolve or Final Cut Pro. He has a lot of conversations with other big name editors, and they talk about tips and tricks and, you know, things that are going on in the industry. But he has, you know, some really cool things. But his videos, the way that he films them, the style that he uses is super unique. And I definitely encourage folks to watch his videos, not just necessarily for the substance of like what the title says, but the cuts that he makes, the transitions that he makes, and he films in a small little area. It's very minimal, it's very raw, and so as a newer content creator, I think it's good to get inspiration from someone like Jake Felzen or Felzen, however you pronounce it. And the last person in this category is YC Imaging. And again, I've been following this guy for a long time. He puts out really good videos. A lot of it centered around equipment, things to make your editing a little more faster, things to make your filming a little more practical and easy to do. And again, a lot of his stuff is very practical, but some of his stuff, the way that he films it, the way that he talks in front of a camera, the shots that he chooses, it's very artistic. I mean, if you just check out like his cinematic lighting video, like the way that he talks about how he gets this set up, what he uses, and just how to actually do the thing. I mean, it is very artistic. And so that just gives me a lot of inspiration and something to potentially plan for in the future as the channel grows and stuff like that. So, you know, again, practical information, but done in a very creative type of way. So YC Imaging, definitely recommend looking at. So this next category is centered around creative people, but that also do storytelling, I think, really well and just keep the video very engaged. And one of the people that I've been following has been David Achu. And so one of the reasons why I like this guy, first off, is if you look at his videos, he's been posting for a while, and you know, if you go back 2+ years, he didn't post that much last year, and then all of a sudden, like around 7 months ago, this guy completely blew up. 100,000 views, 370,000 views. But the way that he does his storytelling in his videos are pretty awesome. Like it's a very basic setup. He just sits in front of a screen. He has a lot of different he has a lot of videos where he's just looking at the camera, talking as a talking head video. It's very, I wouldn't say minimal editing, but in terms of complex edits, it's pretty minimal. He also has like this really awesome green screen on the floor with just like paint cans scattered around and holding it into place, and this is what he uses for his videos. But the way that he tells the story, the way that he engages the audience, his story arcs with like what he's trying to say, is just it's entertaining, it's funny, it's also educational in certain instances, and his delivery is so spot on. So this is definitely one of the people that I look to for inspiration as I'm trying to get better at storytelling, as I'm trying to understand how to create a good hook and keep a video that is engaging and keeps the viewers watching, especially because some of his videos are in the high teens or the low 20-minute mark. And so it's very difficult to keep that level of consistency throughout a video. And I think he does a really good job of doing that. And the other person in this creative slash storytelling type of category that I just made up is Mia Cole. And I just found Mia Cole after her last video on Gen Z and politics. She is phenomenal. I don't know, like I haven't watched a whole lot of her videos, but this video alone I have watched probably at least a dozen times, and it is fantastic. The way that she engages the audience, her humor, her self-deprecation, her little side bits and stuff, like it's a great video to watch to just stay engaged. And then her storytelling within it. I mean, I literally cannot be more encouraging for folks to watch this video. The editing in it, the humor, just like the topic itself is very honest and candid. This is a level of storytelling that I think everyone should strive for. It's a long video. I mean, like an hour and 30 minutes is really long to do something, and to have people watch it for that long and stay engaged. I mean, this is when I think of a video essay on YouTube, this is what I'm thinking of in my head. So, I like the stuff that she's been doing. I encourage everyone to check her out as well. And this last set of creators is really focused on, I call it the new creators. These are folks that typically have under 20K, under 30K subscribers, and not necessarily that they've been doing it for a short amount of time. Like this guy that we're about to talk about, Jeff Lubin, he's been posting videos for a number of years, but the way that his setup is, it's very inspiring, and he's been blowing up recently. And so I wanted to highlight him. I think he has some really good content there, and it's content that is more focused on a mindset type of content rather than actual practical, like, here's the cameras that you need to be using, here's the lighting that you need to be using. He's more of, like, if you're struggling to achieve your goals, here's what you should do, here's something that I've been doing. But he's been growing recently, and his views have been going up and up and up. And so because he has a very simple setup, right? I mean, if you look at any of his videos, it's really just him in front of his computer desk, in front of his camera, with a couple of good lighting pieces there. But it's a talking head video. And so again, this is one of those things where I use it as inspiration. I think that he provides good value and something for me to not necessarily mimic, but something to use as a creative inspiration. The other content creator that kind of just started is this guy, Ty Myers. And as YouTube was pushing out newer creators earlier on in the year, and they still might be doing it, I came across him. I think he's just a really good guy that gives good advice. His videos are super simple. Like if you look at most of his videos, they're outside or him on his back deck and just talking in front of a camera with a DJI mic. But he has some really interesting videos when it comes to just, practical stuff, like how to use like YouTube Premiere to boost your engagement, or he has one on how he makes his thumbnails, and why you should start a YouTube channel. So some of it's a meta conversation, some of it is a little more practical, but again, he's a person that just started. He's had some success, he's found some success, he's continuing to grow. So just one of those channels that I follow and hopefully, try and keep up with as we go on throughout the year. And the last creator that is relatively new is this woman, Diane Moore. And look, I'm in my mid 30s, and she talks about how to help content creators who are in their upper 30s and they're in their 40s and even higher start making YouTube videos. And I find her just a very good breath of fresh air on the platform. She's very enthusiastic. She wants to help people. It comes through via her videos. She has under 35 subscribers, around 25,000. But if you watch her videos and look at what she posts, it's just, again, it's very simple. It is a talking head video. She goes about, or she talks about simple things that you can do. She goes into how to create more viewers and just things that, it encourages you as you watch the video. And so, a very simple creator. I think she's great. I love her videos. I watch them all the time. And so I would recommend her as well.
So I know I blew through those videos and those creators relatively quickly, but I just wanted to share some of the folks that I watch, some of the folks that give me inspiration and who I learn from, and maybe that helps you. So as you doom scroll throughout the day, now you have a few more videos to add to your list. So hopefully that helps, and till next time.